All right, so I'm putting the finishing touches on another little mod for the truck here. This is the back M. No, wait, that's not right. It's the X4, the X4S actually. This is the one they call a Revolver. I guess the X4S is the newest version of it. I don't know. But anyway, so when I bought this truck, it had a really cheap Amazon tri-fold soft cover on it, which, you know, it got me through the last 6 or 7 months. But I wanted something that was a little bit more secure and also easier to use, because that tri-fold was kind of a pain. You know, having to walk around both sides of the truck and manually unlatch it, and then you had to fold it up here. And when you got to the front, you had to do some kind of maneuver with the latches to fold them in so that when you laid it down, it wouldn't poke a hole in the vinyl. I mean, you know, first world problems, right? Not a big deal, but it's just kind of annoying. So I wanted something that was easier to use, more secure, and I wanted to be able to use the entire bed of the truck without having to take the cover completely off the truck. So I looked around, and this one right here seemed to be the most popular option, because as you can see, it's a piece of cake to just roll it out. And it's got these hard slats in there, which are made out of aluminum. So even though it just locks right into place, even though it has this nice vinyl looking top material on it, underneath of it you've got those aluminum slats. So, you know, somebody won't be able to just walk up with a knife and cut an X in it and reach in and get whatever they want. You know, if somebody really wants what you've got in your truck, they're going to get it. But with something like this, they're going to have to at least work for it a little harder, you know. So I really kind of liked the design of this because it looks nice. I think you can see how flush it is with the bed. This is the most flush bed cover that I've ever seen for a pickup truck. So I really like that. I like the fact that this one does not have a Velcro strip down the sides. There's a lot of these hard roll-up covers on the market, but a lot of them have the Velcro strip down the side. So even after you roll it or unroll it, you got to deal with the Velcro. This one obviously doesn't have that. You've just got a rubber seal here, which automatically lays down and seals off, you know, against the rail there. So I think it just looks nicer. And not only does it look nicer, but it's more functional. So back here in the back, now I can just pull one latch and just roll it right up. Easy as pie. So if I want to put my trash can back here on trash day or whatever, you know, that took 2 seconds. You can also roll it all the way up to the front, and then you have these straps that you can hook over here to hold it. So then you've got access to your entire bed. Well, minus about 6 or 8 inches right here. I guess if you were going to put like an ATV or something like that in here, you do lose about 6 or 8 inches up front when this thing is rolled up. But that's usually not going to be a big deal. And it's a whole lot less space used up than, you know, with the trifold, or, you know, I also looked at like the Diamondback cover, but it was even worse because on those you've got this center section that's permanently attached. So if you wanted to use your entire bed, you'd have to have tools to remove that center section. You know, I just didn't want to fool with that. So I think this looks pretty good. Now this is not a brand new one. I bought this used from a guy, found it on Facebook Marketplace. He said that he had this on his truck for about 6 months, and some knucklehead ran into his truck and totaled it. So he ended up deciding, you know, when it was time to go get another new truck, he decided to get a different brand. He got I think it was a Chevrolet. No, it was a GMC because it had AT4X on it. He got one of those cool GMC AT4Xs. But anyway, so he was selling this, and he sold it to me for half price. So A 6-month-old cover for half price. I couldn't pass it up. A little bit wet because it's been raining, but anyway, I'm kind of out of breath because, believe it or not, this thing is pretty heavy. When you roll this thing all the way up, I don't know how much it weighs, but it weighs quite a bit. I mean, you can tell that it's, you know, substantial material, because when you go to pick this roll up to put it in the back of your truck by yourself, it's pretty heavy. So that's why I'm kind of out of breath. I bet it weighs at least 60 to 80 pounds, at least, probably. I don't know. Anyway, so hopefully this cover will work out great. Now, what I don't know yet, because I just put it on, is how watertight is it going to be. None of these bed covers are 100% watertight. I've never had one that is just like Fort Knox. All of them will let a little bit of water in on the edges if you pressure wash it, or if you get into a really heavy thunderstorm. So if it leaks a little bit around the edges, I'm not going to be upset about that. But I mean, you can see the way this thing is designed. You know, it's designed to kind of go down in the track, I guess. And then you got the seal on the outside. So when you roll this thing out, this portion right here goes down into the track, and then this seals on the outside. So water, in order to get in, would have to come over and then go down and then go back up again and then get down into your bed. You know, it's got, you know, a little bit of a path to go through. So, you know, hopefully that would keep a lot of the water out of this thing. In the back here, there is a piece that goes right here that I haven't installed yet. But if I close the tailgate, see, it's locked in place, and you can close the tailgate without operating the cover, which I also really like. And there's no keys to fool with on this thing. So now when I lock my truck, you know, the tailgate will automatically lock, and then this thing will be secure without having to fumble around with additional keys, which is something else that I really liked. Looks like I have a part of the track that's not all the way down in there right now. I may have to do some final adjustments on it. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of show you how this thing works. You've probably seen these before, but like I said, the thing I really like about these is just how easy they are to operate, how functional they are, and the way that it looks. It just looks better to me than some of the other brands. So I'm going to do some final adjustments here to figure out why this track won't go all the way down in there. This probably needs to be slid that way just a little bit, which you can do up front there. It's got thumb knobs up under the front, so you can just work those by hand and then do your final adjustments, screw them back down, and then I'll put these little pieces on back here. And we'll see how this cover holds up over time. He said it's about 6 months old. We'll see how it makes it through the summer. Getting ready to see some really hot summer heat and all that. So it'll be interesting to see how it holds up. All right, another mod done, almost. We'll talk to you guys later.